Hello and welcome to Rooms Division Management. In this session we will talk about some of the terminology that you need to know in the Rooms Division. When we learn these terms, it will be easier for us to understand them so that we can use them in the future. It's important to point out at this stage that some hotels may use different terminology. These are the most common names used in the industry. Firstly, we will look at the terminology of the different room categories that we have in hotels. A single room is a room for one person. A double room is a room that can fit two people. A twin room is a room with two single beds. It could be single, twin, or double twin, depending on how many people are staying inside. A triple room is a room with three beds. It could be a double and a single, or three singles. It can fit three adults. Queen bedroom refers to the size of the bed. A queen bed is for two people, but it's smaller than the next category. The king bed is the large double bed that we have in hotels. A junior suite or a suite is a room that has an area where there's a sitting area and also an area where there is the bed. They can be connected like this picture, or they could be, in some cases, separated. They would be then separated over here by a wall. There are also various terminologies that we use often in the rooms division. Occupied is when the room has somebody inside. Complimentary is when there's somebody inside, but he is not paying any rate. A stayover is when the guest is not checking out on the day-to-day, but will check out on a later date. On change is when the room has been already vacated by the previous guest and is being prepared or on change for the next coming guest. Do not disturb, DND. This is when the guest has chosen to put a sign on his door saying that he wishes not to be disturbed. Nowadays, they could even put do not disturb on their telephones and all electronic ways, so they really don't need to be disturbed, either by the operator or by a housekeeping person knocking at the door. Sleep out refers to when the guest has not slept on his bed, although he is still checked in and his belongings are still there. Housekeeping can notify this, and it can start raising questions. Why did the guest not sleep in his room? A skipper or a DNCO did not check out is a guest who has no more belongings in the hotel, but is still checked in the reception. We have to check why this is the case. Did he leave without paying, or did he just assume that we would charge his credit card? A vacant room is a room that is not vacant by housekeeping standards. It is maybe different from on change because nobody is expected to come into that room. An out-of-order room is a room that cannot be sold because it has some maintenance problem. For example, maybe there is a leak in the bathroom and it has to be fixed by maintenance. It may take 2 or 3 days to be repaired and therefore cannot be sold. There is another situation that's sometimes called out of service. So it's an OOS, out of service, instead of out of order. In this case, the out of service is a bit different because it means that it can be sold still. It will be something quick. Maybe a light bulb is broken and will just be fixed quickly so that we can sell it again. Lockout is when we have the guest locked out of his room and he cannot come in the room. The key doesn't work. There are various cases of this situation. One of them may be that he has passed his checkout time and so his key is no longer valid. Another one will be that we have to have him pass by the reception because maybe he has no more funds. Due out is when the guest is supposed to leave today, but it's still before the checkout time, so we are expecting him to check out. Checked out is when the guest has finally left the hotel, his status is checked out. Late checkout is when the guest is going to leave after the checkout time, and it is already agreed to. We may charge him or not. It depends on the situation. A no-show is when the guest does not come and does not check in. He has left maybe a guaranteed reservation, and therefore we can charge him for that night according to the policies. When a guest reserves the hotel, he may ask for different types of rooms. Connecting rooms is when you can see there is a door between two rooms, room 1 and room 2. This is very, very good for families. The problem with this sometimes are the doors, because the doors can be a source of noise or even smoke passing between them. Adjoining rooms is when you have two rooms that are next to each other but they don't have a connecting door. For example, in this picture you could have this room adjoining with this room along the corridor. They're next to each other but they don't have a connecting door. These rooms are used a lot for maybe groups or families with older children. Adjacent rooms are rooms that may be on the same floor, same corridor, but not necessarily with a wall between them. It could be maybe one room on one side and another room on the other side of the wall, but not on the same side. Thank you for paying attention and looking forward to seeing you in class. Have a great day.